Hello, hello, hello. You are in the Speaking Easy, Speak Easy. I'm Marianna Swallow, founder of Speakeasy Strategies, and we are a team of speakers, facilitators, and executive coaches dedicated to making public speaking fun and easy for leaders and their teams. If you like what you see here, please keep us going by giving us a like, a subscribe, or even just drop a comment down there. If you don't like what you're seeing here, copy this video and forward it to someone you can't stand. All right, let's enter the speakeasy. Today is Speech of the Fortnight because I can't do this every week. And I'm going to share with you today an important lesson that's actually about 10 days old or so. Some of you probably saw this clip. It was flying around the internet about a week ago. And what I want to share with you is Matt Schlapp's speaking faux pas at CPAC, which was held a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to share my screen because Jon Stewart actually said it better than I could. So let me go over and share my screen here. All right, share screen. It's all me doing it here. I don't have a crew. So yeah, let's do that. Here we go. All right, enjoy.
But clearly, the vibes this year were slightly off.
How many of you would like to see impeachment hearings? No. That was the wrong answer.
That's a rookie crowd work mistake, Slap. See, they cheered for Trump's impeachment, not realizing that you were calling for the counter. But that's on you. Crowds are like dogs. They react to tone. You can get them excited about anything. Who wants to go to the vet? Who wants to get their balls cut off? Yes, who knows?
Okay, so I hate to say it, but yeah, Jon Stewart is right there. Let me stop that share. So your crowd is going to respond to your tone. And I want to kind of continue this a little bit more because Jon Stewart didn't show the rest of that clip. I'm just going to show you a few more seconds. But let's take a look at what came after that, after he told them no, wrong answer. Move over to my screen here. There we go. So we're going to hear this again, but just watch what happens.
How many of you would like to see impeachment hearings? No. That was the wrong answer. Let me try it again. How many of you would like to see impeachment hearings?
There's a woo.
Can someone bring some coffee out for the people at CPAC?
I know.
We've
All
got to
right.
keep this.
So there's a few things that I didn't like there. Going back to what Jon Stewart said, yes, absolutely. The crowd is going to respond to your tone. And this is something that comes up with my clients a lot, where we'll be working on a presentation or a speech, and after we're working together, you know, they'll say, I never realized how important the emotion was. And let's talk about that word emotion for a second. Corporate America kind of hates that word. And you know, I'm not going to do the whole bring your whole self to work, okay? We need to like work is work and home is home. However, we tend to forget that when we're conveying something important, we want to let our audience know that, not just through our words, but how it's coming out in our vibe, our demeanor, maybe how we emphasize something. And the feeling you put into your words, your tone is so important. I have a lot of speakers who come to me who are flat, not monotone. They'll come to me and say, oh, I'm monotone. And they're not. They're just not really switching anything up in the way their voice sounds. You don't have to sing like that. So tone is important. And Jon Stewart's right. The crowd is going to respond to your tone. And what was the second thing he said? You wanted them to go for the counter. So ask the question you really want an answer to, not the opposite. And I don't know what time of the day he gave a speech. I could probably look it up. But, you know, there's a few times of the day that are horrible for a speaker. First thing in the morning, last speaker right before lunch, right after lunch, and 4 o'clock. Whatever the end of the day is. Those are not great times. But anyway, yes, what Matt Schlapp could have done better was to maybe ask the question he really wanted the answer to. So that's one thing he could have done better. I want to talk about one more thing he did. And this is my pet peeve with speakers, teachers, lecturers, anyone who's at the front of the room. he did it again. What's so funny to me is he did the exact same thing. Let's try it one more time. He said, "Who wants to see impeachment hearings?" Same question, same tone. And of course, someone in the back went, "Woo," right? And then eventually some people booed. But then he kind of got annoyed and said, "Oh, can we please get these people some coffee?" Don't blame your audience if you're not getting the response you want. A couple of reasons for that. Number one, in this case, very much Schlapp's fault. He did not deliver that the right way. He did not ask the right question. So don't blame your audience and make a dig at them like, "Oh, these guys need some coffee," right? I can't stand it when speakers or musicians or lecturers or teachers at the front of the room say something like, "How's everyone doing this morning?" And, the crowd's like, and then they go, "Come on, you can do better than that." Don't tell your audience how to behave. You are the leader of the room. And, you don't know what's going on with everyone. Sometimes I do think it's important to find out if there's anything in your crowd that is maybe taking up everyone's consciousness, such as layoffs. I was, when I was consulting to the auto industry, we had to go teach a class like a week after layoffs were announced. They didn't say who was laying off, they just said they were coming around. So of course the vibe's going to be different. You don't know if someone in the room is having a bad day or maybe just isn't feeling it or is maybe extroverted and doesn't love clapping and screaming in a theater or a classroom, whatever. I don't. I'm fairly extroverted, and I cannot stand it when someone tells me to, stand up, clap, whatever. I see this with musicians a lot. I don't coach musicians unless they're going to give a speech, but probably my least favorite show I ever saw at Smalls in New York City, which I absolutely love, probably one of my favorite jazz clubs. The leader of the band, some Russian guy, after every song kept telling us to applaud and kept, telling us get up on our feet and clap, and that was annoying. There was another band I saw at City Winery a few years ago who insisted the entire audience stand up and then clap through the entirety of the next song. And on this day, I just had, it was a hell of a week. I was exhausted. All I wanted to do was have my glass of wine and sit and listen to some music, and they were insisting everybody get up. And that was kind of annoying. So pay attention to your tone and don't tell your audience how to behave. All right, this has been the Easy Speaking Speak Easy Speech of the Fortnight. I'll see you next time, and happy speaking.